student, take out your Radiant Reader book, Chapter 2, Four Friends, Part 2. The four friends lived happily till one day they found the deer missing. They searched high and low, and finally the raven found the deer entrapped by the hunter in his net. Students, in the previous chapter I have already told that there were actually three friends and they promised to help each other and one day they helped a deer and they became four friends. These four friends were living happily. One day the deer got missing. They searched everywhere but couldn't find the deer, and finally one day the raven found the deer. It was caught in a hunter's net. He came back to his friend and said excitedly, "I have seen our friend in a helpless condition, caught in a hunter's net. I can help him," shouted the mouse. "Yes, I really can, only if I could lay my teeth on that net." Now, when the raven saw that the deer was entrapped, that means caught in the hunter's net, the raven quickly flew back and informed his friend that the deer was caught in the hunter's net. Now, the mouse came forward and he said that I can easily set the deer free. The tortoise popped his head out and said, "Well, that shouldn't be difficult." Now the tortoise said that yes, it is not a difficult task. The raven said, "Oh yes, that can be arranged. Come, ride on my back. I will take you to the spot." Now the raven said, yes, it could be arranged, and so he took the mouse on his back and flew to the spot. The birds flew to the spot, showed the mouse where the trapped deer was, and after dropping him down, waited on the branch of a tree. "Hurry up," said the raven. "Do your job quickly and see that our friend is free before the hunter returns." Now the bird went to the spot and dropped the mouse exactly to that spot where the deer was caught in the hunter's net. Now he himself perched on the branch of a tree, and from there he said, "Do the job quickly because you have to set free our deer before the hunter returns back." The mouse nibbled at the net as fast as he could, and soon the deer was free. "Thank you, my friend," the deer said. "Now let us run away as quickly as we can." Now the mouse quickly cut the net and set the deer free. When the deer got freedom, he thanked his friend mouse and planned to return back. As the mouse was about to mount the raven, the three of them saw the old tortoise slowly reaching the spot. The deer said, "Who are you? Why did you take the trouble to come here? You know you are slow, and if the hunter returns, we three could easily escape. But what about you? I am so worried." Now, when the mouse was about to climb the raven's back, at that time they saw that the old tortoise had also reached the spot. On seeing the tortoise, the deer said that, "Why have you come here? Don't you know that you are a very slow creature? If the hunter comes here, then we three could easily escape. But what about you? I am very much worried about it." Suddenly they saw the hunter with a bow and arrows and a bag swinging over his shoulder. The clever raven rose to the occasion. "Listen carefully," he said. We can still escape." To the deer he said, "You had better pretend to be lame and try to lure the hunter towards as you can run away towards the forest. But please keep away from the deer." To the tortoise he said, "You slow coach, pretend to hide inside your shell, but try to attract attention. As for you, my friend, scamper about so that the hunter will positively look at the deer." Suddenly, what they saw? They saw that the deer was coming towards them, carrying a bow and arrows, and and he had a bag over his shoulder. Now, the clever raven, he said that we can still escape. So first he advised the deer that he should pretend himself to be lame and should attract the hunter, and he even warned that he should be aware of the hunter before running into the forest. Now, to the deer he warned, to the deer he advised, "You slow creature, you hide your body inside yourself, but try to attract the hunter's attention, and I'm sure that hunter is sure to see you." The hunter, as predicted by the cunning raven, stopped as he saw the deer. He also saw the tortoise, and instead of chasing the deer who loitered about, said to himself, "It's going to be a feast day for me. Deer meat and delicious turtle soup. As the deer had seen me yet, let me handle the tortoise first." He tied up in his bag and left it near the tree and turned towards the deer. "Ah, there you are," said he, and chased it. The deer, who had pretended it had not seen the hunter, became alert and lured the hunter, who went on wasting his arrow. Suddenly the deer left the open space and dashed into the jungle, the hunter chasing him in vain. In the meanwhile, the mouse had already nibbled at the string of the bag that imprisoned the tortoise. Out came the tortoise and made his way to safety slowly and steadily. Now, the cunning raven had rightly predicted the deer. When the cunning raven had rightly predicted the hunter. When the hunter came, he saw the deer and stopped. Now, in the meantime, he even saw the tortoise. Now, he thought that instead of loitering here and there, let me first take the tortoise. Now, he said to himself, because he was very much happy, thought that that day it was a feast day for him, deer's meat and turtle soup. Now, and he had even thought that the deer had not seen him. So he thought, let him first take the tortoise. So he took the tortoise, kept it in his bag, tied the bag, and kept it near the tree, and now started chasing the deer. Now, while he was chasing the deer, he shot arrows after arrows. Oh, suddenly he found that the deer was missing, because the deer had already run into the jungle. The hunter chased him in vain. In the meantime, the mouse had already cut the string of the bag and set the tortoise free. When the tortoise got freedom, he came out and slowly went towards his own place. Now, the raven came down and offered a lift to the mouse and fled to safety, leaving the greedy deer only to dream about deer's meat and the rich turtle soup. Now, the raven, it came down, took the mouse on his back and safely returned back to their place, leaving the greedy deer only to dream about deer's meat and rich turtle soup. And with this, I am ending my today's lesson. Goodbye.